So we need to talk about midterm elections and the 2028 presidential elections. Going forward, you're going to see me create a lot more content on this subject, like I normally do around elections. I've opened up campaign offices. I worked in electoral politics since I was in college, DNC, delegate, all sorts of things. And I feel like there's knowledge, there's information, there's data that can be shared with Democratic voters to make us more informed and more effective voters so that we actually win more elections going forward. I think the Democratic Party, by design, has been really bad at making us more informed voters. Um, I want to talk about Democratic strategists, pollsters, analyzers who right now are measuring the mood and all sorts of other things. And they feel that right now, under current conditions, despite the gerrymandering, Democrats are still set to sweep midterms. Don't get complacent, please. Don't get comfortable because that can change on a dime. All right. Um, but they're also saying that for those same reasons and other factors, we're at significant risk of losing the presidential race in 2028. I'm not going to get into all that. What I am going to share is that there's two things within our control that we do need to master to win the 2028 presidential election. And that's creating a national mood that favors the Democrats. And it's you and I putting forward quality candidates. The national mood. Republicans are going to try to have the mood in their favor through their disinformation campaign through Fox News. And it's all going to be lies. But it's going to be up to us to put forward facts and to create messaging to keep people informed of how bad this administration is doing. But it also takes Democrats in blue states passing policies that are wildly successful and speak to affordability and speak to the working class, that they prove their worth if we win the majority at midterms. What I mean, there are 24 states right now with Democratic governors. 16 of them have a Democratic majority in their Congress. Okay, it's a trifecta. They need to hit the ground running and they need to start passing policies that are loud, that are bold, very much like Zoran Mamdani is doing his first 2 weeks in office, very much like Governor Spanberger is doing in Virginia. Then we need to do our job and give the following states a Democratic majority at midterms: Arizona, Kansas, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Virginia. If we can put forward really good candidates at the Democratic primary that create a whole lot of wins, and we give the majority of those 8 states a trifecta, now we've got 21 blue states, and they've got 2 years to change the mood of this country to favor Democrats. They can put their money where their mouth is and prove that they are better for Americans. So that's how we affect the mood. Quality candidates is the second one. People give me pushback, some people, when I talk about centrist Democrats are going to lose elections for us. If we push forward a centrist Democrat for presidential election, and trust me, the Democratic establishment and the consultation class and the corporate class is going to try to do that, we're going to put forward a candidate that comes across as untrustworthy, that comes across as scripted and gaslighting and insincere. And we've already lost voters to that type of candidate. We need candidates who truly and sincerely are going to fight for the working class. We need candidates that communicate in a way that even Republican voters are like, that makes sense. Good example, James Tallarico in Texas. You can have him in a room full of Republicans, diehard MAGA, and they'll sit and listen to him and they won't argue with him. He'll explain why, calling out the genocide is a Christian thing to do. why reproductive rights is a Christian thing, why Medicare for all is a Christian thing. But he'll also explain other reasons why progressive economic policies are good for the working class, and people listen to him. They get it, they feel like he's reaching them and he truly cares. Those are the candidates you and I have to pick um, at primaries. I'll give another example. Zoran Mamdani. There were Republicans that turned out to vote for him. Um, there were 75,000 people who never bothered to register to vote who came out to vote because he energized people. He had energy. He spoke to the working class. He spoke to everyday New Yorkers, and he was sincere, and people got that. A couple of other examples. Justin Pearson and Justin Jones. I love them. They're in Tennessee. And even Republicans look at them and say, damn, he really is fighting for us. These are the kind of people we need to put forward in terms of quality candidates if we want to win elections going forward. And that's a big word of caution. If we put a centrist in, we're in trouble. I don't think we will. I think that from a presidential candidate standpoint, we've learned our lesson, and we kind of know the magic sauce that is needed to win back independent voters, to win youth voters, to energize people to get registered to vote, to win back the Latino vote, and so forth. We kind of know what kind of candidate is needed to do that. So, anyway, that was a mouthful. But quality candidates and Democrats in office right now have to prove themselves and change the mood of this country before 2028. So that's it in a nutshell.